कैसे हो मेरे पढ़ाकू? बढ़िया। लास्ट टाइम वी हैव स्टडीड अबाउट एम्पियर्स लॉ। एम्पियर्स लॉ याद है क्या था? अकॉर्डिंग टू एम्पियर्स लॉ, फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन एनी करंट कैरिंग वायर प्लेस्ड इन एक्सटर्नल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज I L vector cross B vector, where B that is external magnetic field. Force acting on current carrying wire placed in external magnetic field is F vector is equal to IL vector cross B vector. Using this Ampere's law, today we are going to study one important theory of this chapter, that is force between two infinitely long straight parallel current carrying wires. Here we have taken two parallel current carrying wires. These are the two long, infinitely long parallel current carrying wires. First wire, that is A, second wire, that is B. Current flowing through wire A, that is I1, and current flowing through wire B, that is I2. Let D be the separation between them. Distance between these two wires, that is D. Now, due to this current I1, there will be some magnetic field at a distance D from this wire A. Whenever we have current carrying wire, then we will get some magnetic field surrounding to that wire. So magnetic field at a distance D due to current I1 at any point on this wire B will be, let me take this point. Suppose I want to find magnetic field at this point on wire B. Then due to this current carrying wire, what will be the direction of magnetic field at this point on this wire? So to find the direction of magnetic field, we should apply right hand thumb rule. याद है right hand thumb rule? Just we have to hold current carrying wire in right hand palm such that thumb should be in the direction of electric current. Current is flowing in upward direction, so thumb should be in the direction of current, and fingers will give you direction of magnetic field. Here current is flowing in upward direction, and I want to find magnetic field at this point on this wire. So here current is in upward direction and fingers are going inside the plane of figure. So here direction of magnetic field, that is dot or cross, inside the plane of figure, therefore cross. At this point we will get magnetic field inside the plane of figure. At each and every point on this wire we will get magnetic field inside the plane of figure. Correct? All the points on this wire are at same distance, therefore magnetic field at a distance D due to current I1 is, what is the magnetic field at a distance D? That is B1. Magnetic field at all the points on this wire, that is B1. That is B1. Correct? So tell me, what is the formula of magnetic field outside the wire? Already we have studied this thing in Ampere's circuital law. Magnetic field at any perpendicular distance from the axis of wire is mu naught I upon 2 pi r. Here magnetic field is due to current I1, therefore B1 is equal to mu naught I1, and at what distance we are finding this magnetic field? at a distance d. So 2 pi d, correct. So magnetic field at a distance d due to current I1 is mu naught I1 upon 2 pi d. क्या ठीक याद है ये फॉर्मूला? मैग्नेटिक फील्ड आउटसाइड द वायर दैट इज म्यू नॉट आई अपॉन 2 पाई आर. Due to this external magnetic field, because this is not the magnetic field due to I2, this is the magnetic field due to I1. It means now this current carrying wire is placed in external magnetic field, right? This is the external magnetic field. B1 is the external magnetic field for this wire B, and whenever current carrying wire is placed in external magnetic field, then magnetic force will act on it. So magnetic force acting on wire B, force acting on wire B due to external magnetic field B1 is, what do you want to find? Force acting on wire B due to external magnetic field B1 is. So what will be the force? F vector is equal to IL vector cross B vector. But here I want to find force acting on length L of this wire B. So here we can write force acting on length L of wire B. Force acting on length L of wire B due to external magnetic field B1 is. Here if we are interested in magnitude, then magnitude of this force can be written as F is equal to IL B. Whenever we remove cross, then sin. So ILB sin theta. So magnitude of force acting on length L of wire B due to external magnetic field B1 is, that is F21. What I am taking? F21. Force acting on wire 2, that is wire B, due to external magnetic field B1. So F21. Force acting on second wire due to first current carrying wire, that is F21 is equal to ILB sin theta. So here we have to consider current of second wire I2. We should take length of wire on which we want to find force. So here we want to find force on length L of wire B. So I2 capital L into magnetic field. This is external magnetic field. External magnetic field for this second wire, that is B1. So I2L B1 sin theta. Theta, that is the angle between current element, or you can say this length element, and magnetic field. Here this length element we should take in the direction of electric current. Current is flowing in upward direction, and magnetic field, that is inside the plane of figure. So current, that is in upward direction, and magnetic field, that is inside the plane of figure, like this. Current is in upward direction and magnetic field, that is inside the plane of figure. If you want to find the direction of force, then you can apply right hand thumb rule or you can apply right hand palm rule. जो अच्छा लगे आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो. So using which rule do you want to find direction of magnetic force? कौन सा लगाए? राइट हैंड रूल आ गया है, वही लगा दे. जस्ट यू हैव टू रोटेट फर्स्ट वेक्टर टुवर्ड्स सेकंड वेक्टर. L vector we have to take in the direction of electric current. Current is flowing in upper direction. So first vector towards second vector. First towards second. Thumb is pointing in this direction. towards me, it means towards first wire. So force acting on this much part of the length is towards first wire, that is F21. This is the direction of F21. So F21, that is towards first wire. So tell me what is the theta. Tell me what is the value of theta. Theta, that is the angle between L vector and B vector. L vector we have to take in the direction of electric current, and magnetic field, that is inside the plane of figure. What is the angle between them? Magnetic field, that is perpendicular and inside the plane of figure. So what is the angle between them? 90 degree. Current, that is in upward direction. Magnetic field, that is inside the plane of figure. So what is the angle between them? 90 degree. So here sin 90. What is the value of sin 90? 1. So F21 is equal to I2L B1. Correct? See, 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. I2 as it is, L as it is. What is the formula of B1? Mu naught I1 upon 2 pi d. Substitute the value of B1. Mu naught I1 upon 2 pi d. So force acting on second wire due to first wire, that is mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi d into L. Correct? So this is F21, and direction of F21, that is towards first wire. Equation number 1. Now if we want to find force per unit length, then force per unit length will be F21 by L mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi d. This is the force acting on second wire due to first wire per unit length. So force per unit length, that is mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi d. This way we can find force per unit length of the wire. Now I want to find force acting on first wire due to second current carrying wire. So due to this second current carrying wire, there will be some magnetic field surrounding to this wire. Yes or no? So I want to find magnetic field on this wire A due to current I2. Tell me, due to this current I2, what will be the direction of magnetic field at a distance d on this wire A? Let me select any point on this wire. Here I am selecting this point. I want to find magnetic field at this point on wire A. So what will be the direction of magnetic field at this point due to current I2? I2, that is in upward direction. So just you have to hold this current carrying wire in your right hand palm such that thumb should be in the direction of current and fingers will give you direction of magnetic field. Here we want to find magnetic field on this side. Right side of the wire or left side of the wire? Left side of the wire. So here magnetic field will be like this. So magnetic field, that is outside the plane of figure. So here we will get magnetic field outside the plane of figure. At each and every point on this wire, we will get magnetic field outside the plane of figure. This is the plane of figure, and we will get magnetic field outside the plane of figure. And this is the magnetic field due to current I2. So this is B2. Correct? Now this is the external magnetic field for this current carrying wire I1. For this current carrying wire A, this is the external magnetic field B2. So due to this external magnetic field, some force will act on this wire, and that force I want to find. So first of all, let me find B2. What will be the value of B2? Once again we are finding magnetic field outside the wire at a distance d. Then the magnetic field will be same, mu naught. But instead of I1, now we should write I2, because this is the magnetic field due to current I2. So mu naught I2 upon 2 pi d. Correct? B2 that is available to us. Now I want to find force acting on length L of wire A due to external magnetic field B2. Once again we have to consider same length L. We want to find value of magnetic force acting on this much portion of the wire due to external magnetic field B2. So I want to find force acting on length L of wire A due to external magnetic field B2. That I am taking F12, force acting on first wire due to second wire. So F12 is equal to, once again we have to repeat same thing, 2 1 2 1. So here 1 2 1 2, I1 L B2 sine theta, that is the angle between L vector and B vector. L vector we have to take in the direction of current that is in upper direction, magnetic field that is outside the plane of figure. What is the angle between them? 90. So once again 90 degree. So this is nothing but I1 L B2 sin 90. So sin 90, that is 1. So this can be written as is equal to mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi d into L. So F12 and F21 both are having same magnitude. But what about the direction of F12? What will be the direction of F12? Current I1 that is in upper direction, and magnetic field that is outside the plane of figure. Just you have to rotate first vector towards second vector. First towards second. Apply right hand thumb rule. First vector towards second. Thumb is pointing towards right. It means towards wire 2. So force acting on first wire due to second wire is towards second wire. You can see F12 and F21 are acting in opposite direction. F12 that is towards second wire, F21 that is towards first wire. So what will happen? Both will approach each other. It means which type of force is acting? Force of attraction. Yes or no? Suppose if we take direction of I2 in downward direction, then what will happen? Current we have to take in downward direction, and if we take current in downward direction, then what will happen? F21 you will get in this direction, F12 you will get in this direction. By changing direction of any one of the current, direction of forces will change. F12 you will get in this direction, F21 you will get in this direction. क्या समझ में आया? So whenever currents are anti-parallel, at that time repulsive force will act. Whenever currents are parallel, at that time which type of force will act? Attractive force. Same as the Coulombian force acting between like charges and unlike charges. When we take like charges, at the time which type of force will act? Repulsive force. And when we take unlike charges, at the time which type of force will act? attractive force. Here, when currents are in the same direction, attractive force. When currents are in opposite direction, at the time repulsive force. So here we can say that F12 vector is equal to minus F21 vector. Magnitudes are same, but this negative sign indicates that F12 vector is in the direction opposite to F21 vector. F12 is in the direction opposite to F21 vector. So both are in opposite direction. Therefore negative sign is there. And here from this we can say that this magnetic force is consistent with Newton's third law. This is consistent with Newton's third law. Right? So this way we can obtain force between two infinitely long straight parallel current carrying wires. Now in exam they can ask you like this: obtain the force between two infinitely long straight parallel current carrying wires and define 1 ampere. Also define 1 coulomb. So 1 ampere, how can we define 1 ampere from this theory? From this theory, force acting between two infinitely long parallel current carrying wires, that is nothing but F is equal to mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi d into L. Right? From these two formulas we can write current force. From these two formulas we can write force acting between two infinitely long parallel current carrying wires is nothing but mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi d into L. Here if I take I1 is equal to I2, if current flowing through both the wires is same, and if I take L is equal to 1 meter, D is equal to 1 meter, mu naught, that is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere, right? And force acting between two wires is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton. Then what will be the product? This I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I will be nothing but substitute all these values. Then what we will get? 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 is equal to 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 into I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I, that is I square, upon 2 pi into D, that is 1 meter, length, that is 1 meter. 2 2s are 4, pi will get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled, 10 raised to minus 7 will get cancelled. Then what we will get? I square is equal to 1. It means I is equal to 1 ampere. Now we can define 1 ampere. When the magnetic force acting per meter length, force per unit length, force, when the magnetic force acting per meter length, L we have taken 1 meter, right? When the magnetic force acting per meter length in two infinitely long wires placed parallel to each other at a distance of 1 meter, in vacuum carrying identical currents is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton, then the current passing through each wire is 1 ampere. Once again, I am repeating the definition of 1 ampere. When the magnetic force per meter length of two infinitely long wires placed parallel to each other at a distance of 1 meter in vacuum carrying identical currents carrying identical current is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton, then the current passing through each wire is 1 ampere. Once again, last time, when the magnetic force per unit meter length in two infinitely long wires placed parallel to each other at a distance of 1 meter in vacuum carrying identical current is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton, then current passing through each wire is 1 ampere. This way we can define 1 ampere. From this, how can we define 1 coulomb? When steady current passing through conductor is 1 ampere, at that time amount of charge flowing through any cross section area of the conductor in 1 second is 1 coulomb. Once again, when steady current 1 ampere is flowing through any conductor, then amount of charge flowing through any cross section of this conductor per second, or amount of charge flowing through any cross section in 1 second is called 1 coulomb. Once again, last time, when steady current flowing through any conductor is 1 ampere, then amount of charge passing through any cross section of the conductor in 1 second is 1 coulomb. So this way we can define 1 ampere and 1 coulomb. I hope the concept of force between two infinitely long straight parallel current carrying wires is now clear to you. कैसे ऑब्टेन करना है फोर्स समझ में आ गया, कैसे 1 एम्पियर लाना है वो समझ में आ गया. हाउ टू डिफाइन 1 coulomb, दैट इज नाउ क्लियर टू यू. नाउ दिस थिंग्स आर क्लियर टू यू. एकदम परफेक्ट, बढ़िया, कोई डाउट नहीं. ओके, यू शुड रिमेंबर द फॉर्मूलाज ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. ये मैग्नेटिक फील्ड के फॉर्मूला तुम्हें याद होने चाहिए फॉर डिफरेंट wires. When we are taking circular wires, at that time the formula of magnetic field will be different. When we are carrying straight wire, when we are taking straight current carrying wire, at that time formula of magnetic field outside the wire, formula of magnetic field inside the wire. These formulas you should remember. अगर ये formulas तुम्हें याद होंगे तो ये थियरी में कोई प्रॉब्लम आएगा नहीं. Here we have applied this Ampere's law. So F vector is equal to IL vector cross B vector. This thing we have to apply. I, that is the current flowing through the wire on which we want to find force. This is the length of the wire on which we want to find magnetic force. This is external magnetic field. F vector is equal to IL vector cross B vector. This formula we have to use in this theory. Using this formula, we can easily obtain the force acting between two infinitely long straight parallel current carrying wires. Next time we will solve some examples and numericals related to this theory. I am stopping here. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में. तब तक के लिए बाय बाय. थैंक यू.